Hey everyone, it's your brother Zen, and I wanted to wish you all a very happy new year. And I thought, what a better way to do that than to do a reading, pick a card reading, and we're going to be focusing today actually on the third eye chakra. So we'll be sharing some messages of love from above through the third eye. And we'll start off talking a little bit about the third eye chakra, and then we'll go into the pick a card, which you'll have an option for 4. So this will be for the aqua blue kind of chakra necklace here. That will be reading number 1. The blue candle will be reading number 2. The crystal ball here, blue one, will be number 3. And then the crystal wand here, or stone wand, will be reading number 4. So I'll go ahead and start talking about the third eye chakra. All of these will be, of course, timestamped in the description box below if you chose one and you want to jump directly to one of those, but I really encourage you to hang around first as I talk about the third eye chakra. All right, we'll start off talking about the third eye chakra. So I'll go ahead, and this is a card that I'm working on. It's from a deck, Oracle deck I'm working on with the creator. Right now it's not, of course, available to the public yet, but I'll go ahead and post a picture of it right here. That way we can talk through the card there. And I thought, what a perfect synchronicity that this works out, that the third eye chakra is what we're talking about today on New Year's Eve. You know, because 2020, of course, I'll post a little meme up here for you to see too. But I woke up this morning thinking, 2020 got my attention, and 2021 has got my intention. So, 2020 was really a year of seeing our truths more clearly. So, it seems fitting, that the third eye is what have reached in our chakra kind of journey, because this is about how we transform our truths. So I've got some other videos that I've talked about the first 5 chakras. I'll put those down in the description box below in case you want to go check those out. But this is number 6. So we only have one more to go after this for the standard 7 chakras, and we'll see what else comes, because they have like the star chakra, the soul chakra, the chakras that are even above the crown chakra, and some other chakras that some people touch on. So we'll never know. We'll see what unfolds. So we'll start off talking a little bit about the card here. Of course, you'll kind of see that the color is really indigo, is what the color for the third chakra is known for. And the location, of course, is the forehead between the eyebrows, where you often see the third eye. And of course, the picture I posted for this video for the main, to start off, shows the third eye. But the function, of course, is seeing and intuiting, and when it's like the inner balance state of the third eye, when the third eye chakra is balanced, is I know. So I really think this is kind of like the Rudolph of the reindeer. This is like the Rudolph of the chakras. It's probably the more well-known one because of all the psychic stuff that's been touched on over the decades. So this is probably one of the most known one on there. And one of of course, the big things that the third eye chakra is known for is this is how we connect to the other side. And it's where we can see and hear from back home, and it's not necessarily audible hearing, which, if that ever happens to me, which someday I am thinking it just might, but I tell them, ease into it. Don't start talking to me and scare the poo-poo caca out of me. All right, and then you'll see in the upper right-hand side of the card, it talks about, I understand these actors act and react for a purpose. And what that means is we start to see that there's purpose behind what people are doing. And the reason that happens is when we look through the third eye, we start to see beyond the characters that are being played on here, and we see the higher selves that are behind the people. So it's the actors behind the characters. And we see what has happened to an individual, like kind of get the character's backstory. So intuitively we start to pick up and sense their emotions, even start to know specific events that have happened to them that were the spawn of those emotions. And then we start to not take things personally, knowing that it's no longer personal. So their actions towards us, we start to sense, oh, this is about their fears. This is about, this situation that happened to them. It's not about me. So that kind of what we thought was our truth, like our small t truth, transforms into a capital T truth, that higher truth, because we see the big picture that the Creator sees, because we're tuning in to kind of the video camera that's watching us from above. Then in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see which looks like that little internet signal symbol there, and that is the signal. So as the unconditional love fills us up, our fear lessens, and then our spiritual gifts activate and they expand. So our spiritual connection to the other side becomes more solid and strong. And that's when we start seeing beyond the facades and characters that are walking around, and we see the higher being behind each person, as I was talking about, all those backstories. And it's almost magical when it happens, because it's like if you've ever tried, like maybe you're at a hotel or at a restaurant and you're trying to get your internet to connect, or your phone, to get a signal, and it's like you're trying and it's just not working, or it's a very weak signal, and suddenly it just connects with a strong signal. It's like, woohoo! It's that feeling where you suddenly feel a strong connection. And then we kind of look in the middle, and this is kind of the main awareness of the third eye chakra, where it says connection to back home. And of course, when we fill up with unconditional love energy, with all those spiritual abilities being activated within you, it sparks the connection to who you really are back home and to everyone else that is back home. And that's where the four things underneath it, those are kind of the things that get activated. The first one is seeing. So, as your heart opens to unconditional love, your inner vision becomes clearer. You see beyond the physical to the true intentions and purpose behind circumstances that are appearing in your life or the life of others. And that, I would say, it involves kind of focusing your energy to that place where daydreaming occurs. So, like when I say the word Mary, what picture appears in your mind? Now, where that picture appears is what I call your third eye movie screen. So that's where we start to kind of see, it's not while though we can get messages while we're, dreaming, while we're asleep, you can actually get the little daydreams and visions while you're awake. And then it starts to be where, as people are talking to you or you're seeing things happen through your regular physical eyes, you start to get pictures in that third eye area, in the third eye movie screen. And then we go on to hearing. So, your spirit ears, so to say, are also opened, because your ears are on the same, general area as your third eye chakra. It also gets impacted by your throat chakra, but you can also start to hear what I call whispering from spirit, and it's almost like thoughts come in. So let's say you wanted to communicate with someone who has already passed and gone back to the other side. We only need to open our heart and our third eye chakra to hear them. And when we have faith that it's possible, and we forgive ourselves, if we hold any guilt, or around their death, or if we have any strong fear emotions, then all that is noise. And how can you hear love whispers above all that noise? So when we get quiet and we get into that quiet place, you can start to hear their words, echoing in your brain or in your heart. You start to remember things they said, or memories start getting tapped in your brain, where suddenly out of the blue, you just remember something about them, and they're like, oh, okay, that's them, touching you inside your brain or your heart, just to bring that memory to you, to let you know that they are there. And then we go into intuiting. Of course, third eye, it's your gut. It gives you the information to aid you in making choices. And I kind of look at that too, as it's if a memory that's not yours is placed in your brain with information for a higher purpose. And I know when I do readings and things like that, sometimes, especially, when I'm not doing a general reading, I'm doing one-on-one, and I get specific information. And people are always like, how do you even know that? I'm like, I don't know. It's like a memory. It's like remembering something. And that's what happens. When you have that connection, sometimes you'll just have something pop in your head. You're talking to someone, and you might have even had this happen in your life, where someone's like, who told you that? I never told anyone that. And you're like, you must have, because I feel like I remember that, you telling me. And that's kind of how it can come about. Which brings us into the knowing piece. And that's where we begin to know things without having a reason to have known them. So where intuiting kind of prepares us for things that are coming. Knowing is just giving us information, like I mentioned, for anyone that we might be talking to. And I always say, everyone has our gut feeling. It's like if you're looking at like a funnel, we all get that, on the rim of the funnel. We all get a gut instinct about, I don't know if I feel weird about that person or the situation or something along those lines. But what this is about is when we get deeper and we go down deep into the funnel. And that's where we start to get, information, more specific information and details. Now, I always say, when we do that, when we use our third eye, when we start to have this information, we always use it responsibly out of love, and because when we don't, if we do try to use the third eye for forces of evil, as we say, it's not going to be connected to the Creator through the love. So the information we get is going to be staticky, and that's why sometimes if you've ever gotten a reading before where someone really focused on the bad information and the fearful things, and they're like, well, they hit some stuff, but other stuff was off, it's because of that static. It's because they weren't hearing everything clearly. So the more we lower our fear noise and we focus in on the love, and the unconditional love energy of the Creator, that's when the third eye chakra really starts to become really crystal clear. And that's where we get into balancing the chakra. And you'll see on the left-hand side, it says, meditate on I am unconditional love. And that's one way that we balance this, is by connecting to the Creator. This meditation is based on a 4-part meditation, which I'll also link down below. And it basically starts off focusing on that I am unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And once you're sitting in that love and you just allow that to start flow into you and fill you up, that's what gets rid of our fears, in the presence of, the unconditional love of the Creator. How could we fear, right? And that's, even in the Bible, it says, perfect fear casts away all doubt. Perfect love casts away all fear and doubt, right? And that perfect love is the unconditional love of the Creator. So, when we sit in that balances the chakra, it allows it to activate. And so balancing the third eye chakra, of course, helps your psychic perception, all those things we talked about, and also balances the pineal gland. And when we're ready to move on to new experiences here on Earth, we can take the time to focus on the color indigo, and focus on the love, and focus on the love of the Creator. And that's when the third eye chakra really starts to activate. And so balancing the third eye chakra, of course, helps your psychic perception, all those things we talked about, and also balances the pineal gland. And when we're ready to move on to new experiences here on Earth, we can take the time to focus on the color indigo And we can question the stories that are clogging our life, because true inquiry happens within the third eye chakra. When we see beyond what we think we see, what we've been told we're supposed to see, and we look out upon something without any judgment, that's when we discover our ability to witness life. It's like from a neutral point of view. And then that removes the shades or the blinds from our eyes, and we see life clearly, and we find freedom. So third eye chakra, like I said, it's so important for our life here. It's like walking around in darkness, and we get those nighttime goggles where we can see in the dark. It just helps open up our awareness of that. So that's like my little summary, my little information on the third eye chakra. There's so much out there, regarding it, but I think those are the main important things that cover in this card as well. So we'll go ahead and jump into our next readings. Here we go. All right, welcome to reading 1. If that is the one you chose, that is going to be the aqua and chakra necklace here. Very pretty, has the tree of life on there. And if you're interested in one of these, I got this off of Amazon, and I'll link that down below as well. It's very beautiful. All right, and I'm going to start off by pulling a card here from the Return of Spirit deck and see what message we start off with. And before I shuffle, I just want to thank the Creator for your unconditional love. And we just love you so much ourselves, and we invite you and all our angels and guides, all our loved ones who have passed away, and any of our ancestors, any of those supernatural, unconditionally loving beings that want to bring messages of love, we invite you, and we're grateful for you. All right. Let's see what messages we get. And this will be for, just this New Year's Eve now, or whenever you come across this video, just whatever fits for you. This is just a wonderful time for reflection, letting 2020 go and looking forward to our new journey in 2021. So what message do you have for those that chose the reading number 1, please? There we go. All right. And you got music, which is a beautiful card. And, it's just great. Hey, New Year's Eve, time to put on some music. What I love, and I'll read from a little book here too, but, music is all about our vibration, what we listen to, both internally, it can be like your self-talk, but also, what we bring into our ears, whether it's the news we watch, or the YouTube videos, or the movies, or, of course, music, and anything else. Whatever we're feeding our brain and thoughts with is what feeds that. So if it's constantly negative stuff that's coming through our ears, then it shouldn't be a surprise when they're negative. Likewise, when you listen to that music that's, really activates your heart and your soul, and, you watch those things, listen to those things that are just uplifting and just bring that positive energy in, then you see that impact as well. Which is what this card is really all about, because it talks about music plays a very important part in our energetic and physical well-being. Music and certain binaural rhythms have the ability to aid us into altered states of consciousness. They can calm us down, rev us up, and affect our mood in many ways. It can assist in the physical release of disease and alter our cellular frequencies. It can also affect the vibrational energy pattern within a space. Your guides are asking that you start to integrate music more into your everyday life. It is important to help shift and move energies within your physical body and auric field. And take time to move, flow, and dance to the music. It doesn't matter what kind of music it is, just as long as you feel good when you listen to it. Music plays a more important role in your well-being than you may be aware of right now. And this card can also come to those who have musical gifts, talents, and abilities. Firstly, Spirit is acknowledging your gifts. They are also encouraging you to continue to grow and develop your talent and to be open to sharing your sound with the world. Whether you're a musician, singer, or sound healer, it's important that you don't give up on yourself or your gifts. Time to stop holding back or doubting if this is what you're meant to do. It says music is a universal language and physical manifestation of divine energy in full expression. It's time to turn up the radio or dig out your MP3 player. Sing out loud like no one's listening. Dance free like no one's watching. Get a little crazy and wild. Have fun and enjoy it. Make music a part of your everyday routine and watch your energy, mood, and creative force blossom. That is beautiful. Also, another message that came through that too is when it's talking about, everyone has a song within them to sing, and whether it's not, through really singing musically, it's how you express that inner song to the world. We all have a truth, a capital T truth to share with the world. And, since this, reading is about the third eye chakra, one of the things that it mentions in the card that I shared at the beginning is transforming your truth. And so that's, becoming aware of your inner truth and sharing that with the world, because that's why we wanted you here with us, right? We all want to share that inner gift that we have uniquely. So enough on that one. And I'm going to go ahead and pull a card here from the Soul Truth. So we'll get some more truths here and see what additional message we have. All right. What additional message do you have for those that chose stack number 1, please? Please make it obvious for us. We like clear messages. All right, and one more time here. All right, and then they said, go ahead and just take this one here. This one is, name all the things you love. Are you one of them? I love that. I give myself all the love and attention I need. And that is just so perfect, because when I thought of that, I thought of love song, right? And it's like, I know love songs are very popular in the physical world, because it's usually about how we've been done wrong and how we've been hurt. And, we can all reminisce and kind of sit in with that, and because we've all felt that. But this love song is, loving yourself. It's the knowing that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and realizing that, yes, it starts with you, and that you are the one where the love starts with. Because if you don't love yourself, then you're not truly loving anyone else. Because how can you? If you're not able to have that love generate through you, then you can't for other people as well. Right. And then I'm going to pull a card here from this numerology deck here. There's a bunch of cards in there, but I only chose the blue ones, so it's not as many. So I'm just going to see which one comes up here for those that chose the necklace here. Oh, there we go. And you got forgiveness, which is number 96, if that has anything for you there. And yeah, I mean, perfect. And the message with this here is forgiving yourself for not meeting up to those expectations you thought you were supposed to, you know. And for those times, you know, it's like, how could anyone love me? And you're like, why would you think that you're not lovable? Look at those areas where you think that you fell short and forgive yourself and realize that you did perfectly for the situation you were in at the time you were in with the information you had and the beliefs that you had. I mean, you believe those things, how could you act any other way? Because that's what you believed about you or the other people at the time. You know, and when you come back to now, you know, if you think you shouldn't have acted that way back then, see how you have new information, see how you've grown, see how your beliefs have changed. And if you were in that same situation now, maybe you wouldn't act the same, and that's okay. You know, the biggest thing is that we are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. There are no conditions. And one of the biggest things about forgiveness in my own path is once I allowed myself to really let all those judgments of myself and others go, you're actually able to see that, wait a minute, was there anything really to forgive? You know, it was just thoughts and beliefs that I had been conditioned to believe should be. And when it got down to it, I'm like, is that really true? Is that the way life is supposed to be? Is that the way they're supposed to act? Is that the way? I don't know. And then going into that unconditional love, it just allows you to do that. The little book talks about it, says this card indicates a need to forgive yourself and others for any past actions that may have caused you pain. By drawing this card, you're being encouraged to heal any unresolved anger, hate, jealousy, resentment, or guilt that is blocking your success. Such emotions are toxic to your body and hold you back from attracting a harmonious life. For the sake of your health and future happiness, you must forgive the past. And forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean blessing, forgetting, or condoning the unsavory behaviors of others. It means releasing yourself from a self-created prison so you can move forward with your life. When you come to accept and move on from real or perceived betrayals, you create a happier future built on freedom and inner peace. Bitterness only attracts disharmony, misery, and pain. Thus, forgiveness is the best way to set your spirit free. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are encouraging you to forgive people, situations, and behaviors from the past. By reliving past misfortune, you run the risk of attracting more of the same. But when you forgive, let go and move on, you can make your dreams come true. You improve your prospects. Wow, forgive me I'm just going to start that sentence over. You improve your prospects for the future when you practice acceptance and forgiveness. Wow, that is beautiful there. One of the things that, you know, all that harmony, you know, music, finding that harmony in your life through the forgiveness and letting all of those supposed to's, all those expectations just go. All right, and I'm going to pull a card here from The Universe Has Got Your Back, which is always great news. And then we'll pull one last card. And then before I pull that card, just another message that came for this forgiveness piece especially is, I know this year has been full of a lot of opportunities for conflict, whether it's political disagreements or, all the political unrest and the, racial injustices and all those things that have been going on. There's been such an opportunity for conflict between individuals. And what's message is coming for all that with this forgiveness, especially coming into a new year, is let's let 2020 go and just know that if you had lived the life the other person had from birth until that moment, you most likely would have the same beliefs and the same emotions and the same actions as that person. As they say, there, by the grace of God go I. It's like I haven't experienced everything they have in their life, so I don't have an exact understanding of where they're coming from. What's wonderful is that, we're talking about the third eye chakra is what this reading started off with, and that's the seeing beyond those things, seeing beyond what we think we see to what the real truth is. So there you go with that. All right, so we'll pull here. The universe has got our back. What message do you have for us, Creator, for these cards here? For those that, for reading number 1, that chose the necklace. Oh, there we go. I choose love no matter what. Yep. So, right in here, we're aligned with everything I just said. Do I need to say more on that? I don't think so. All right, and then this is the last of the little cards we're going to get here, just for the last little message for you. For those that chose number 1 reading, please. Oh, there we go. And we got the gratitude card. Universal love shines through the miracles of life all around you. And isn't that the truth? Even though we've had a lot of challenges this, year of 2020, we do have so much to be grateful for. All we have to do is, look around and see that, we do have electricity, we do have running water, we do have food. It might be stressful and we might not have everything we think we need, but we definitely have everything to live, right? And, I know we've lost individuals, we've lost friends and families, and a lot of foundations have been shaken this year especially. But when we focus on what we're grateful for and what is still in our lives, then we get to expand that. We get to grow that. And so what a great way to bring in the new year is just to start naming off all the things that we're thankful for. Do the countdown to midnight. Let's start counting down all the things that I'm grateful for and start the year off with a big thank you to the Creator. Just that we always know life is unfolding for us and life isn't happening to us. All right. Well, I hope this brought a little bit of joy, a little bit of peace, a little bit of love into your moments today. I do wish you a very happy new year. And if you did enjoy this video, if you wouldn't mind, if you can give me a little like down below, that does help out the channel, makes it appear for other people so they can also have a little message of love from above. And if you want to be notified of any of the future videos that I do, just click on the little subscribe button down below and click the little alarm and you'll get notified on there. But I do wish you all the best, and I love you very much. You hang in there now. Take care. All right. If you chose reading number 2, the blue candle, then this reading is for you. Go ahead and put the candle over here. And we're going to start off by pulling a card from the Return of Spirit deck here, because it's a nice blue deck. So it matches the third eye chakra. Before we pull the cards, we just want to express our gratitude to the Creator. We just thank you for your unconditional love. And we welcome you and all your angels, all the guides, all our loved ones who have passed to the other side, all our ancestors, and any other beings of unconditional love that want to join us here just to make the messages of love as clear as possible. We thank you. We'll start here. Give it a good shuffle. All right, what is the first message for those that chose pile number 2 for the blue candles? Please make it obvious for us, because we like those clear messages. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Got the violet flame. Put it over here. I'm going to read from the little book here. So the violet flame, it says, most of us experience a dark or difficult time at some point or another in our lives. No kidding, 2020, right? And though it may feel like it will never end or never be better, the violet flame card is here to tell you that it will be. The only way to conquer the shadows in our life is to turn off all the lights and face the darkness head on. This is a process of purification. The violet flame shines its light, providing you with the way and means to see your way out of the inner darkness, once the shadows have been conquered. The experience you are having right now, although painful and challenging, is providing you with the means and opportunity to clearly see what is and is not working in your not working in your life anymore. It can help you to see how you've been allowing yourself to be in the world and how you've been holding yourself back. It can help bring the clarity to recognize the people who help serve your highest good and those who do not. In the center of the fractal image, there's a symbol of a bat. And I'll give you a close-up picture. You can see there's the bat in the middle there. In animal medicine, the bat is a symbol of change. He holds the light of the violet flame for you as a means of guiding you through the process of change. When you do make your way back, you will find that neither you nor your life is exactly the same as before. Change is an inevitable part of this process. It is nearly complete, sweet soul. Just know that once you have made your way through, you will be stronger, both within yourself and on your journey. You will have more clarity about your path and how you want to walk it. Wow, how perfect it is for this New Year's Eve reading, right? And also, with this being, the third eye chakra, about seeing things more clearly. If you didn't listen to the beginning portion where I talked about the third eye chakra, that's what it was all about. It's about being able to see beyond what we think we see. So how perfect. All right, next I'm going to pull a card here from this Soul Truth deck. Get some more messages here. See what else we have. All right, what additional message do we have for those that chose the blue candle, please? I'll show you the back too, and I'll read these here to you, but just in case you want an image of what it says on the bottom of these. So it says, what is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? That's funny, because I was talking about knowing what you want, right? What story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you're not living the life you desire, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. Today's soul action, it says, it's time to upgrade. Look your belief in the eye. Where did it come from? What new belief are you ready to adopt in its place? How will this change your results? Remember, your belief is the root of your result. Own it, heal it, and upgrade it. Wow. Perfect message. It goes right in line with everything that we were talking about in that card as well. Right, next I'll get a card here from the numerology deck here. And it's usually a bigger deck, but I've only chosen the blue cards in here to match our blue reading. So we'll see what additional message for the blue candles we have here. Thought a card was going to jump out there, but it didn't do the leap. Oh, there we go. All right, you got domestic harmony, number 46, which is wonderful because 6 and 4 is 10, which that is new beginnings. So that is a good number to get as well. 46. Thought it was 64, but there's no 64 in here, so that makes sense. It's 46. All right, so it says this card indicates a time of healing your relationships and your home. This may relate to a troubled relationship with a child, family member, ex or current partner, house guest, or roommate. It could even relate to problems you have had with the actual house itself. Either way, this card has been sent to advise you that your difficulties are being resolved and domestic happiness is within your reach. This card can indicate a time to make a commitment to your present relationship by declaring your love and desire to take things to the next level. It can also reveal a need to commit to your present residence by extending your lease, deciding not to sell, or making the necessary improvements to turn it into your perfect home. Regardless, this card is encouraging you to make a commitment rather than walk away. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are leading you toward domestic harmony and peace. Remember, there is no such thing as the perfect relationship, perfect family, or perfect home. Domestic harmony can only be achieved with effort, compassion, and compromise. By improving your relationships and your home, you will improve your quality of life. Perfect. So hopefully, with these messages of not knowing what you want, hopefully that brought you some guidance on, brought you an answer if that is what it was dealing with, that, domestic difficulties. That can help give you some guidance on what you could do next if you so wish. All right, next I'm going to pull a card here from The Universe Has Got Your Back. Just see what additional message. It's always nice to know that the Creator and all his or her posse has our back. Life happens for us, not to us. Sometimes we don't know why things are happening, but we'll find out eventually someday, even if it's when we're all up in heaven watching our lives back and going, now why did you have that happen to us? Why did that? Oh, okay, I see why that was necessary. Oh, there we go. This one says, my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. Perfect. Yep, that goes right in along with this, right? Whatever we focus our energy on grows. So in every moment, I'm either raising my love vibration or lowering my love vibration. So, with whatever situation is going on, we can choose to look at it with new eyes just by simply choosing to let our perception of things go and look for new perceptions, right? All right, and then lastly, I'm going to give one last little piece of advice or information here from this Star Seeds deck, and just see what final message do you have for those that chose the blue candle. There we go. Earth Guide, your sacred calling upon this planet is to simply love and be loved. There you go. So when it all comes down to it, every moment is either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. And we can get caught up in all the external world and saying all these things mean something about me or them or the world. But when it comes down to it, this is the root right here, If in this moment I am loving myself, it's filling me up and overflowing out to love others, then everything else will just take care of itself. All right. Well, I hope this brought a little bit of peace, love, and joy into your moments today. If this resonated with you, if you want to give me a little like down below one of the places here, I really appreciate it. That does help out my channel and helps it appear under the suggested or recommended videos for other people. And if you want to get notified of any future readings that I do, just click on the little subscribe button down below and click the little alarm icon, and you'll get notified on that as well. But I do wish you a very happy new year, and I wish you all the best. And just know that I love you. You take care. If you chose reading number 3, which is the blue crystal ball here, then this reading is for you. Let's see if you can see that. See a bit more pretty there. It's a beautiful blue. See if you can see that. And if you're interested in these, I do have a link down below in the description box below, because I had some people mention that before, like, where'd you get those? So I'll put that down below in case you're interested as well. And I'll just put this over here. All right. And I'm going to start off by pulling a card here from the Return of Spirit deck, because it's a nice, beautiful blue. And we'll see what messages we have. And before I pull cards here, just want to thank the Creator for your unconditional love. We invite you to be here with us. We also thank and invite all our angels and our spirit guides, all our loved ones who have passed to the other side, any of our ancestors, and any other beings of unconditional love that want to be here to bring messages of love. We thank you and invite you. All right. Let's give these a good shuffle. All right. What message do we have for those that chose the crystal blue ball there? The blue crystal ball. What first message do we have for those? I really think this one's really wanting to come out here. Uh-oh. We've got sexuality. It's a beautiful green and pink. The heart chakra is both of those colors there. And we will see what the little book has to say about this. Don't worry, this is a G-rated channel. It says your sexuality is just as important as any other aspect of your being. It's so important, in fact, that not one, but 2 chakras manage and maintain your sexual energy. Loving sexual contact is vital for your emotional, physical, and energetic well-being. It can be one of the greatest pleasures and joys of being incarnated in a human body. You're being asked to look at your desires, your beliefs, or wounds around your sexual needs. If you are feeling inadequate, unwanted, or unattractive, then it's time to begin a regime of self-love. It's time to restore any low self-worth and negative programming you have about your physical body. We are often much harder on ourselves than our partner would ever be. Isn't that the truth? Your negative thoughts or self-image could be holding you back from experiencing the deeper emotional aspects of intimate love. This card can also be indicative of neglecting your intimate and sexual connection with your partner. Perhaps this is the opportunity to resurrect the feelings of desire and sexual attraction that you once shared. It could also be letting you know that it is important to make your intimate life a priority. Feeling sexual and playful is invigorating, no matter your age. So put on your sexy and wear it proudly. Have fun with it and enjoy it. Flirt a little. Smile at someone you're attracted to. Dress up in something that makes you feel attractive. Put your energy out there. Enjoy the gift of innocent sexual playfulness. Sexual energy is a powerful expression of our creative force. You may find that by allowing your sexual energy to flow, your creative energy will too. By embracing every aspect of being human, we discover the truth of our own divinity. Wow. That is it's pretty powerful. I know in our society, in the United States, we don't like to talk about that too much. Like, oh, shh, that word's sex. But, of course, this is going much deeper around that and talking about our self-worth and how we feel about ourselves and how we judge ourselves so harshly. And, we have all these images of who we think we're supposed to be instead of realizing, I have the perfect body for me in this moment. And when we let go of that judgment, we let go of all those expectations and all those negative self-talk and defeating self-talk and belittling self-talk. It just changes our world, doesn't it? All right. Next, I'm going to pull a card here from this Soul Truth deck. It's a really awesome deck. Let's see what additional messages we have here. All right, what additional message do we have for those that chose the blue crystal ball, please? You can make it obvious for us. We'd like the obvious messages. Okay, this one's sticking out there. We're going to take that one. And this one says, where can I create more space? And I'll give you this on the back here too. I'll read that here in a sec, but just in case you want to have a picture of that. So it says, instead of filling yourself up with busy work and things to do, create more sacred space in your schedule, in your home, your mind, your lungs, and in your heart. Take time to just be. Today's soul action says, do a clutter detox of your schedule, home, and innermost self. Make space. Clarity will come. Well, perfect. And, it's reflective of what we were talking about in this card here. Just detoxing that innermost self, getting rid of those thoughts, those beliefs, all those shoulds, supposed to's, needs to's, have to's about who you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to act, and just really connect with that and give yourself that sacred space to be, like it said, and being fully human, you understand your divine self more, and it just helps you have just such a more peaceful and love-filled life, because, when you're judging yourself, you don't have that space to love, right? When you're on the, I don't want to say on the witness stand, but when you're being judged and, your fear ego is accusing you of all these things of who you're not and what you've done wrong and everything. I mean, that's not a very happy, fulfilling life. And it's just always living a life of lack this is who I'm not, this is who I'm not, this is who I'm not, instead of focusing on this is who I am, this is who I am, this is who I am, and being proud of that. All right, next I'm going to pull a card here from this numerology deck, and it's normally a bigger deck, but I just have the blue cards in here because it's about the third eye chakra, so it's all about blue. All right. Let's see, what message do we have here for those that chose reading number 3, the blue crystal ball, please. All right. This one is love partnership, number 26. Yep. Yeah, this one was talking about partnerships in here too, about maybe it's time to rekindle, remember why it is you fell in love with them. You know, that's one of the things that I always, whenever I give like a wedding card or something, I write in there, you know, always remember why you fell in love and try to keep your expectations where they are when you met, because, you know, that's what happens is, you know, when you meet someone, they're doing this, right? Because you have no expectations. All this wonderfulness in between is just like, wow, because we had no expectations on this person, because we had never met him before. Then we start to hang around them, and maybe we start to date, and those expectations start to rise. They're still wonderful, but now they're only this much wonderful instead of this much wonderful, and it just keeps going until we get engaged, and then we get married, and then the expectations bypass what they were doing, and suddenly, even though they're doing the same thing they always did, it's not good enough. Why did you change? And like, they didn't change. Our expectations of them changed, right? So just a little extra message with that there. Let's see what else the book has to say here. Number 26, this card indicates a time when a romantic relationship is about to enter your life. Perhaps you're single and are about to meet a special someone, or maybe a current relationship is about to progress to a deeper level of understanding and commitment. Either way, love is just around the corner, provided you believe. In the meantime, you're being encouraged to focus on what you have to offer rather than what you'd like to receive. By doing so, you will attract a mutually loving relationship that serves both parties' needs. Remember, you must believe that love exists in order to attract it into your life. So work on any limiting beliefs or negative thoughts you may have about love. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are leading you toward a romantic love relationship. So love and appreciate yourself as you are today. Embrace your imperfections and be assured that you are worthy of love. Your loved one will appear when you know without a doubt that you are lovable and deserving. You can't make that up. That is just so in line with that card, isn't it? All right. Next, I'm going to pull a card here from The Universe Has Got Your Back. And that's always good news that the universe has our back. And let's see what additional message we have here. Great, one more time. All right, what additional message do you have for us, Creator? For those that chose the blue crystal ball, reading number 3. Okay, just make it 1 and make it clear for us, please. Whoop, there we go. Well, of course I said just 1, but you get blessed with 2. So the first one here says, the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. And the second one, I love the little hummingbird. And the second card says, the more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. So bring to your trust. Bring to your trust. But I love that kind of this combination between the two is that we can trust that the Creator brings to us what is best for us, right? The universe doesn't bring things to where life happens to us. You know, that becomes like a victim mentality of, you know, like let's say, but I wanted that person to love me and they didn't, you know, that's life happening to me. But, you know, it's kind of like one of those old country songs. I wanted that person to love me, but later I'm like, oh my gosh, look, they ended up being a real douche. Thank God for unanswered prayers, right? Life happened for me. Right. And lastly, I'm going to pull a card here from the star seeds just for your final message. All right, what's the final message here for those that chose the blue crystal ball? Reading number 3, please. Oh, there we go. Well, you guys are just blessed. You get 3. Wow. So you've got observation. And observation is expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. I like that. That fits into the taking a step back, and I know this this whole reading is about the third eye chakra too, about seeing higher truths. So seeing things from the higher perspective, not, you know, what we think we need, but trusting that there's a reason why things are happening in my life, and I can ask myself, why would I have wanted that to happen in my life? Next you have fruition. Another beautiful card. And this one says, rest assured your dreams and visions will come to fruition. So, like it said in here, just keep the faith, and what you focus on grows. And then lastly, meditation. And it says, take a moment to connect to Source through quiet, reflective meditation. And that is beautiful. If you didn't read to the beginning, but watch the beginning when I talked about the third eye chakra. You know, one of the things it talks about is, getting quiet and getting into a place where we lower all that fear noise, and that's when we can hear things more clearly. So getting out of all those negative emotions and getting just to a place of calm, whether it's a nice hot bath with candles and some music playing and no phone, no nothing, and you just listen without all that other racket and that noise. You start to hear things very clearly, and you start to see things very clearly. So, well, I hope this was a message that resonated with you. If not, you can check out one of the other readings as well, since there's 4 this time. And, you know, if you did like this and it did resonate with you, if you don't mind giving me a little like down below, that does help out my channel. It helps it appear under other people's recommended videos as well, so that they can get a message that the Creator wants them to have. And if you want to get notified of any future readings I do, just also click the subscribe button down below, click the little bell icon, and you'll get notified when those, and I usually do about at least 1 or 2 a week normally. So, but I definitely appreciate you watching. I wish you a very, very happy New Year. I wish you all the unconditional love and peace and joy that you can handle. I love you very much. You take care. Right, if you chose reading number 4, which is this beautiful blue stoned one here, then this reading is for you. And we're going to start off pulling a card here from the Return of Spirit deck here, because it's a nice beautiful blue, and since we're all about the blue in the third eye chakra today. All right, and before I continue shuffling here, I just want to thank you, Creator, for your unconditional love, and we do invite you here to bring your messages for us. And we thank you, all your angels and all you guides, our loved ones who have passed and are here with us, and all our ancestors. We just thank you, and we thank you for your unconditional love, and we invite you to be here with us. And for pile number 4, what's our first message, please? All right, this one was sticking out here. So we'll take that one. And that one is the Return of Spirit. So it's the deck. See? Ta-da! And that's beautiful. I always see that as a phoenix, and that's just rising from the ashes, which, what a great message. You know, I know 2020, for a lot of us, it's like, I don't know, I saw this video, I think it was on Facebook or YouTube somewhere, where they had the devil met the year 2020 on a dating site, and they fell in love because, 2020 to some people has felt really rotten, but it all has to do with our viewpoint, right? I mean, I look at it, it was a year, definitely, I thought 2020 was going to be a year where I saw my truths more clearly, and I sure do. You see the things that matter the most, when we rise out of the ashes, like the phoenix does, and are reborn into new beliefs, and when your foundations are shaken up, it's like, yep, you really start to understand what you believe when your beliefs are questioned and kind of tested through life. Not the Creator's testing us, it's just that are we walking our walk, are we talking our talk, or when the times got rough, we, found out how there's things within us that needed to be worked through and some shadows that we could face, right? Let's see what this says here in a little book about Return of Spirit. Yep, you have come a long way in your journey. No, it hasn't been easy, but you made it through. Acknowledge, for just a moment, the strength and courage that you have discovered within you. Exactly, that's what I was trying to say. See how much you have grown over this time, slowly blossoming into who you are today. This is the card of triumph, heartfelt connection, and mastery. Hold your head high and feel proud of who you are. Your guides and angels are certainly proud of you. Your hard work and determination over this lifetime has brought you here today. This is the light at the end of the tunnel. And although your journey is far from over, you have come much farther than most. Drawing this card signifies a renewal of the heart, mind, and spirit. Your spiritual connection to Source is stronger now than it has ever been. Trust in it, flow in it, and shine in it. Your beautiful heart is open to both giving and receiving the messages from the heavens. Your time has come, and it is now. This is a time of manifesting your highest will. It is a time of truly stepping onto your path with confidence in what you are here to do and how you are to do it. It is a time of hopes, wishes, and dreams coming true. The true greatness of who you are is ready to express itself fully. Now you can experience true empowerment, deep heartfelt connections with others, and a feeling that all is right in your world. You have done the work, so you deserve it. Where there was a time when you may have questioned whether Spirit was even there, now you won't. This is your own sacred return to Spirit. Wow. Really talking about the third eye chakra and returning to that place where you're seeing yourself in a whole new way. We talked about when I introduced the third eye chakra card, we kind of switch from our small t truth to our capital T truth when we see the things of this world, what we think we see through our physical eyes. When we start connecting to our higher self, we start seeing what life really is and what is really going on out there, right? See the reasons behind the reasons. All right, and next I'm going to pull a card here from this Soul Truth. Get some more Soul Truths. What other messages we have? All right. What additional message do we have for pile number 4, please? For those that chose the crystal blue wand. All right, there we go. Do I know all my strengths, and am I using them? And I'll show you the back here too. I'll read that here in a sec, but just so you have a picture of that. So it says, how perfect is that about, just talked about, everything you've gone through, remember your power, just for a moment, recognize your courage and your strength that you've done. So we all have superpowers, but it's up to us to uncover them. When we live and lead with our strengths, we're able to show up in our zone of genius. This inspires others to do the same. Wow, that's kind of what I was talking about too, of, in a year like this year, we learned what superpowers we have, right? We've made it. It's December 31st, 2020, depending on when you're watching this. But we've made it through 2020, and we not only survived, but, we're thriving, we're growing, and we're not the same people we were, when the year started. We're definitely recognized our strength. And, I think the fears that we might have had before, maybe we don't have anymore because we realized, how we overcame some of those. And then today's soul action says, ask yourself, how can I use one of my soul gifts today to contribute to this open and ready world? Very cool. Yep, you definitely have a gift to bring us. And I know this year for me was a huge aha, because I've been working for a company for over 20 years, and it just dawned on me when all this hit the fan this year. I'm like, what am I waiting for to live my dream? To die? I'm like, no. What am I waiting for? What am I waiting for to live the life I want to live? And I think that's kind of a message for everyone for this year is, what are we waiting for? Just kind of shaking it all up. Next, I'm going to pull a card here from this numerology deck. It's normally a bigger deck, but I only have the blue cards in here because this is all about the third eye chakra, and that's all about the blue color. So let's see. What other message do we have for those that chose the blue stone wand? There we go. All right, healing, number 66. That's a power number. Power. And I'll read in here too, but I really feel what this is, because it's talking about finding your soul gift. If you have a desire to look into any type of healing arts, whether that's Reiki type, Qigong, acupuncture, any natural type of healing, or even if you feel like, nurses and doctors, anything that has to do with health, a dietitian, nutritionists, herbalist, any of those things. It's such an important piece, and even healing like soul healing, and it could be counseling, anything like that. If this is the time, and it's never too late to go, what? This is what I want to share with the world. This is the gift I want to bring to the world. And so if that resonates with you, then just take this as a big, you might want to look into that. All right. And for the little book, it says, this card indicates a time to focus on your healing abilities and being of service to others. Okay. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to expand your understanding of the healing arts and the many different ways to heal. Perhaps you feel drawn to Reiki, kinesiology, physical therapy, homeopathy, acupuncture, nursing, counseling, or life coaching. So there's some of the ones I mentioned and some that I didn't. Isn't that great? Whichever path you choose, it's time to set the wheels in motion. This card may also indicate a need for you to receive body work or healing, such as Reiki, kinesiology, acupuncture, cognitive behavioral therapy, or herbal medicine to help shift any stagnant or toxic energy. Your energy field, your aura, absorbs and stores energy from other people, electrical equipment, every illness and trauma in your surroundings, and your own negative thoughts and emotions. Therefore, it's important to clear your aura regularly to elevate your health and well-being and your overall quality of life. And if you're not able to do any of those things, they also have some great videos on YouTube. If you just search Clearing My Aura, they have music and meditations and different things as well. In order to improve your current situation, you're asked to focus on the cycles that are encouraging you to expand your understanding of the healing arts. You are an energetic being with a natural ability to heal. So when you focus on being of service, the universe will guide you where you're needed most. Set the intention to heal or be healed, and you will be shown the next logical step to take. Wow, what a great message. What a great message. Yeah, pretty much what I was saying. All right. Next, I'm going to pull a card here from The Universe Has Got Your Back, because it does and it wants you to know. So we'll see what message the Creator has for you here. All right. What message do you have for those that chose option number 4, please? Whoops. There we go. And you got, there is nothing sexier than the authentic truth. This can almost go for, if you chose option number 3, the last reading, because that was about sexuality on there. But yeah, being your authentic self, which is living your authentic truth, And I know it talks about sexy, but it's about what we feel is acceptable for us. We're a lot of taught that no, you shouldn't go into that field or do that thing. You wouldn't be any good, or that doesn't pay well, or, oh God, you'd never be happy doing that. You get to be your authentic self. You get to pursue what you want. What is your capital T truth? And that's what, when I was talking about the third eye chakra in the beginning, if you didn't do that, at the top here it talks about transforming our truth. That's what the third eye chakra is all about. So don't let anyone's opinion of who you should be or what you should do with your life tell you that. You get to decide that, because it's your life. All right, and then lastly, I'm going to pull a card here from this little starseed deck for your final message. Let's see what final message we have here. It says abundance, and it says, when your heart's intention is to serve humanity, doors of abundance naturally open. So like it mentioned in the card here before about serving humanity, when it talked about serving humanity. And if you're afraid that I won't make enough money doing that, doors of abundance will open. So, if not now, when? If not you, who? What are you waiting for? To die? Well, I hope this resonated for you and brought you a little bit of love, joy, and peace into your day. If it did and it resonated, if you feel like it, you can give me a little like down below. That does help out my channel, and it helps it appear on other people's recommended videos. So it helps spread some love. And if you want to be notified of any future videos that I do, you can click on the subscribe button down below and click on the little alarm icon, and you'll get notified of that. So definitely appreciate you watching these videos today, and I wish you a very, very happy new year. I wish you all the best that you can handle in 2021, all the unconditional love, all the peace. And just know that I love you too. You take care now. Happy New Year!